welcome to... What's this show called? I don't know. We have a bunch of trash here and we need to get rid of it. And it's not me, it's other stuff, so we're gonna smash it. Let's go. You just go whenever you're ready.
There's a bug on it.
Who cares?
For the bug.
Oh my gosh. He's smashing something. Oh my gosh. Carnage. I've never seen such anger. Oh my gosh, he just... This is unparalleled violence. We're gonna have to get it rating. Oh boy. I don't know. It's strong. It's too strong. Oh no, it's not breaking. It's going to the ground. Cheese, calm down. Cheese, okay, he's had enough. He's gone. We gotta go.
Hello, and welcome to FANFIC TALK, episode 10. I am Big Cheese, that is Dominic, and this is my dear friend, Tyler.
Oh, is that what we're going for?
AKA Susan.
Oh. There are many names possible here, but in today's episode, this is the 10th episode special, and we have a lot to do. Mainly one thing, and that's just reading, and then reviewing a fanfic.
That's what we do, and we do it the best, the very best.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Better than the rest.
Cheese, what are our fanfics?
You're rhyming now.
You don't have to rhyme.
Flash and Ant-Man.
Cool. Let's introduce the names.
Alright, so for Flash, we got Ultra Speed by Spiked Master 290. 290. That's a big number. And then we have The Phantom Menace by Batmoon.
Let's do Ultra Speed's tails, Phantom Menace's heads.
Phantom Menace.
Oh, no, I said the wrong one. Phantom Menace. Oh, I really wanted the Ultra Speed one.
Why?
I think that one is better.
Really?
Now this is just going to be a terrible time. I guess I can start us off here
Go ahead.
with our very first fanfic of the night.
Go
The
ahead.
Phantom Menace.
Go ahead. Encourage him.
Do it.
I'm a little too we're off to a great start here. Okay. A.N.
Read the description.
Oh, right. I'm way out of practice.
Hot girl.
Hot
Oh my
girl.
gosh, this looks stupid.
No kidding. Hot girl cannot understand who she loves, John or Wally. That's Flash. Okay, but Flash is tired. He
Wally
cannot...
West.
Stop interrupting.
TV show.
Okay, but Flash is tired. He cannot understand
Martian
ourselves.
Manhunter. Sorry. Sorry.
But Flash is tired. He cannot understand ourselves. However, the invisible enemy threatens the Earth, which is unable to detect even the Martian Manhunter.
Who's the invisible enemy?
I don't think that's a character.
I don't think we had read into it yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Don't jump the gun. Hi, this is my first fanfic on the Justice League, which I am madly in love.
Why don't you just marry it?
Dear readers, I ask...
That's the quality jokes you
We
get on
shouldn't interrupt each other this
FANFIC Talk.
much. Dear readers, I ask in advance for your... Oh, this is the one I wanted. Oh, this is so good. You're gonna love it. Dear readers, I ask in advance for your forgiveness for the large number of errors in the text, because English is not my native language. However, I am very interested in how you understand this story, so I decided to show it here. I will be glad to any feedback and criticism. If something is unclear, try to explain. I think I skimmed through this. That's the most clear sentence in this entire fanfic.
This is gonna make me die inside.
Yes. Watchtower.
Sorry.
He always looked at the stars. Always. How many can remember? But after the Imperials killed his people, he began to look at them more often. Sometimes.
This does sound like Star Wars.
What? I don't see how you're seeing any parallels there.
Why is it?
The Imperials aren't in the Flash
I
series?
don't know.
You guys would know. I don't know anything about the Flash. Sometimes in order to withdraw into himself, to go into my thoughts, to find peace in your soul, and sometimes in order to once again feel the loneliness. Because in this universe, he, the only living representative of his people, the Martians. But this did not prevent him find a new home, make friends, and now he was not alone, because he was all for the sake of what it cost to live. All that was worth dying for what? What is worth protecting? Once he thought the Earth will never be his home, but he was wrong. This is gonna be a mess, a big old mess. And the stars, such distant and at the same time so close.
Wow.
Mysterious.
This is great.
Mysterious and unique. Why do they exist? Why there is life? Why there is life? He often asked himself this question. Isn't this a Flash fanfic? This is like Martian
Yes.
Manhunter. I've already messed up terribly. Especially in these times when ordinary mortal danger threatening the planet Earth and now his native home. But the answer always was only one. We live in order to live and suffer. Sounds about
This
right.
is getting really weird.
Yeah, right off the bat too. But
Wow,
then,
this is
what
so
is
deep.
What is death if life, suffering?
It's my favorite. This is my favorite we've ever done.
Perhaps the death. There is freedom from suffering. There is freedom from suffering, but only surviving hunter from Mars did not believe.
Alright, so John, the voice he recognized immediately. He did not need to turn around and open your eyes to realize that stood near the entrance to the hall of the watchtower, a tall man dressed as a bat, watching him for a long time.
Is that Batman?
I don't know.
Let's read the next paragraph.
Wow.
The very first word.
No, it's Barry.
Batman. Always calm and collected, smart and agile. His enemies feared and hated, but friends do not always feed him sympathy. But both sides cannot not respect him. One as a cunning opponent who does not know fear, others as a reliable and faithful friend who can be trusted, not only with their lives, but also any secret. Everybody knows Batman is able to keep secrets. However, despite the fact that Dark Knight was secretive, never exhibited his emotions show, one does not admit to clothes at the same time. He reminded an indispensable member of the Justice League, as it is brain and the second leader after Superman, and this man without a hint of emotion. From the first days of dating, as always aroused John. A sincere.
I'm not saying much because this is just amazing to experience.
We don't even.
I
don't
Go with the flow.
A sincere respect and friendship with the Martian, proud of him. John, a deep breath and walked out in meditation. Turning to Batman, his eyes glowed red Martian calm.
That's a color. There's an ant.
They're traveling. They want revenge for that one that you killed on the printer.
There's a bug on it. Sorry. Yes, Batman. Any news on the Superman? A couple of minutes ago, I went with him on Bond. Mission accomplished. He flies home.
References. Maybe James Bond makes a cameo appearance. Fanfic land, anything's possible.
Good thing the rest. Good thing the rest.
We could pause on every sentence and make fun of it.
Green Lantern and Hot Girl on one of the planets in the Class X. They have survived under control. Will soon return. Wonder Woman and Flash on Earth. Well, if anyone need me, you know where to find me, John. Martian nodded thoughtfully, watching as Batman disappears into the yellow light of the teleport. After selecting a destination, Gotham City. Wow. His city. Right? Gotham
Where's
City.
Flash?
I don't know. He quietly sighed.
He's somewhere on Earth with Wonder Woman.
He was alone again. Dazan routinely closed his eyes again.
Are you sure this is a fanfic about Flash? Because it said this is his first one about Justice League. It never said anything about Flash.
It says Wally in the description.
Wally West.
I hope that's Wally West. What if it's just a Wally? There's no turning back. We gotta keep going.
Keep going. Dazan closed his eyes again and went into a trance. He needed to relax. Need to understand yourself. Look more at the stars. Did not want to. Justice League has long dealt with the Imperials. But apart from these, the League was full of other enemies. However, at this moment, the Martian did not feel any threat to Earth.
If general dialogue is this bad, I can't wait to see what action is like. Uninvited guest from the planet Erdor. A cold, lifeless, empty space at all times attracted the mankind. He hasn't gotten any better. As the mankind as the object of intense scientific interest. The entire sentence is botched because a lot of concealed, unsolved mysteries. People are always interested in the question, are they alone in the universe, and whether there is another extraterrestrial life? But now, at the age of high technology and constantly evolving progress of people know, they are not alone. Alien spaceships and mysterious aliens from space have long ceased to be a myth. But, alas, not all aliens flew to Earth with peaceful purpose. Many of these were aggressive invaders, thirsting universal rule, but thanks to the heroic activities of the League of Justice, Earth could sleep peacefully. For the main advantage of the League, Watchtower, a superhero headquarters was built in Earth orbit for money millionaire Bruce Wayne. Also, I think every single superhero has been introduced except for Flash. Maybe it's like a big reveal. Also known as Batman, equipped with the latest technology, clock watching the space-time warning of the dangers of heroes.
This is dumb.
But sometimes even the Watchtower is powerless against the well-disguised threat, such as Eidorian Ship Invisible. While the Earth peacefully rotated around its axis as usual, alternating day and night, the atmosphere hovered over her unusual type spacecraft. The unusual vehicle was manifested in his invisibility and his external appearance. If Earthlings continue construction now, they will...
This is my favorite we've ever done.
Parrot shape with an elongated ellipse with a metallic glow, bright red stripes on the sides of the body.
Can we have a quick poll? Who here knows what's going on? Raise your hand.
I don't think anything's really happened yet.
I think that they're just making a lot of broad statements about life, death.
They're trying to make
Life without life, death.
into the story to where we can kind of understand the setting. But it's not working.
But it's not working.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. The story's not working so far, but maybe he gets better with his English, and by the end, he's just like the next.
It's not working.
He's the next Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh man.
But this story makes me want to Edgar Allan go.
Is it my? Painted in black. No emblems and insignia. Is the birthplace of this remarkable spacecraft was a gray, cold, and impersonable planet, Erdor. Is anything gonna happen? Which its inhabitants themselves Therefore, very few beings in the universe knew of its existence and use of this Dorian. Those who revealed their secret has long been destroyed, because the Dorians did not need any allies or rivals. This sounds like the voice to read it, and this sounds like a guy like spewing his knowledge of Justice League lore.
It sounds more like a Star Trek fan fiction than anything else.
As intelligent beings, Arthurian were unique inventors and the most powerful telepaths. In order to maintain their existence, they had to eat powered energy, no matter what kind, positive or negative, of any other creatures.
However, the energy they use not only for food, but also to create more powerful advanced weapons.
Gosh.
Weapons having the ability to subdue the speed of light.
It's just like copy and paste off like the Justice League Wikipedia or something.
I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. Susan, you fact check this. Erdorian led a hidden life of the truest sense of... did I already read that?
Yeah, I already read that.
Surprised you remember.
However,
the energy they use not only for food. I'm having a brain relapse. Okay, weapons.
that's what fanfic does to you.
Weapons having the ability to subdue the speed of light. I already read that too. Did I already read this entire chapter?
No.
Is the story over?
Can we move on?
Are we done here? Can we?
He's having a seizure. No!
Erdorian believe.
Erdorians.
The one in whose hands power over speed, master of the universe. For without movement, life is impossible.
Gosh,
They're talking about speed, so I think the Flash is coming.
I don't think so.
Having such a weapon, they plan to reshape the space by their standards. And then, finally, they got the chance. They found something that could help create a high-powered accelerator light. And this power belonged to the Earth. Erdorian never attacked openly, preferring to thoroughly examine the combat capability of the enemy because they themselves were physically underdeveloped, but their strength lay elsewhere in their unique brain that was able to immediately solve the complex equation of which you can imagine. And now the ship of a Erdorian scanned the Earth, providing the necessary information for the chief Erdorian of troops, Lord Xflon, and near the Xflon one was one of the best scientists on Ordor, Norron, and that he was involved with the creation of the high-powered accelerator light that was now carefully studying the data provided by the computer scanning that the process is completed. Said Nora.
You didn't mess up.
No.
That's just
I'm used to having, whenever I try to read fast, like my English starts breaking apart. But since this is already broken apart into pieces,
it's perfect for you.
this story is broken more than the printer outside. The printer is in better shape than this. The scanning process is completed, my lord, said Norion, fairly rubbing his hands. I don't know what he's going for here. Well, report the results to... I don't even want to bother reading it. Look thorough, thoughtfully at the stars. Quietly standing at the window of a huge, hands folded on his chest. His face was completely hidden under the hood. Quite tall and slim figure was tightly wrapped Iridonian in a cloak of black. You can lead.
However, both dress all inhabitants of the planet, the invisible. Wait.
Are you questioning things now?
Okay,
we're too deep into this story.
Okay. But the distinguishing feature of Kesseron other than the title of Lord, I'm just gonna call him Lord from now on.
Good.
Will wear its bright red eyes and white flame instead of the pupils.
Sounds edgy.
It's seen as Commander-in-Chief does not care what's going around. Okay. But it's just seen as Noron well knew it. We have found that search, my lord, but before this power is in our hands, we will need to deal with the main protection of the Earth, the Justice League.
Oh, the Justice League is in this story?
I'm assuming so.
What?
It's a cameo appearance. Well, said slowly, Lord, that we know about this league of a great family of superheroes created the Earth. I don't think that's how it worked, but
He's taking a lot of creative liberties here.
Who have vowed to defend their home planet from various evils. Superhero endowed the extraordinary physical abilities and consequently the most powerful energy needed to power our being.
What are you doing? Is it your mind?
Yeah.
Which is essentially the accomplishment of feats for its common good. On Earth, most superheroes are ordinary people, such as Batman, Flash,
They're not ordinary. What?
That's Flash.
Wonder Woman, and
Flash.
Green Lantern's definitely not ordinary. He has a ring of power sitting up and stuff.
The person that wrote this doesn't even know what the Justice League is.
I'm pretty sure Wonder Woman was birthed by Ares.
She's an Amazonian.
But as there are beings from the other planets, Superman, Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunt, or whatever, with a hunter from Mars. I thought all of the Martians were destroyed by our former Imperial rivals. That's right, my lord, but it managed to escape. That he later destroyed the Imperials he had called together to help these heroes.
I don't even know where we are.
I think it's you.
Is it my turn?
Maybe I think we should skip.
You want to go where he's at? First Flash appearance?
Flash has ordered a couple of hamburgers and drink and plopped down at a vacant table near the window. For a table that was located in front of his own were two nice girls. Both giggled shyly, feebly when the Flash telling them, "Hi!" Silence buried at his plate. What? The girls stared in bewilderment at the gloomy hero. Confusion, exchanging glances with each other. Typically, Flash was a more friendly and talkative. But apparently something is going wrong with it. The girls wisely decided to leave the hero alone. Alone with his thoughts.
Wow. Flash is going to appear on 13 Reasons.
Everyone is just so nice until they drive you to kill yourself. And sooner or later, the truth will come out.
Why?
13 Reasons Why.
Do you really want to make a reference to that shit on FANFIC Talk?
No, we would never do that.
Meanwhile, Flash sighed. It may be that at any other time he would be willing to flirt with these nice girls, but not today. Today he could not enjoy life because... No, I do not think about it now. He thought of that to cope with this, but it was too hard. he reluctantly took a sip of a cocktail of plastic tubes and gloomy stare out the window. Past a pretty woman with a young boy. This is stupid. Who's seeing him happily waved to him, but he only smiled weakly and shyly. This is killing me. But once he liked to be in the spotlight, signing autographs for young children, pose in front of reporters, flirting with cute girls and playing teammates, or just talk. Once upon a time, but not now.
Next chapter. Is it my turn?
Can we skip chapter 3?
Actually,
this looks stupid. Just look at chapter 3.
Let's see. How long is chapter 4?
Not very.
Blue Planet, Class X.
Yeah, chapter 4 is pretty long. Yeah, let's go ahead and skip
Constellation
chapter 4.
of the Southern Cross. 90%.
Chapter 4.
It sounds like that one.
Chapter
planet.
5.
Chapter 7. Alright, so we're on chapter 4 now. We skipped a chapter. I can't imagine why we'd do that.
Oh.
I guess we our attention spans aren't long enough to handle this schlock. So,
who's going?
I guess I'll go. I'll get this over with, at least a little. What? At the same time, said Shaira and Flash. John Stewart raised an eyebrow skeptically. Ball lightning without thunder and rain?
What?
They come in all weathers, John, has noticed Shaira. Yes, there are, confirmed Wally, who at the time managed to get up off the floor with John.
What?
We skipped a chapter, I don't know what's happening, I don't
What
want to
happened?
know. There are people who have seen a fireball in the sun?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's kind of... Okay. Wally did not like the lightning, but he must have known about them. In the end, only because he got the power of lightning speeds and became Flash. and this incident happened to him in the lab of his uncle.
Yeah, so his name's Wally.
Yes.
Yeah, there's Wally,
That's
Barry, Sherry. However, when Wally became personally acquainted with the lightning, his uncle Barry was not, because he went to the movies with Aunt Iris. But Wally wanted to play a scientist because he always loved chemistry, and besides, Uncle Barry trusted him. So Wally was planning to hold an innocent experiment, but 2 special tubes with reagents immediately
Don't worry, that's a thing.
Yeah. I'm sure that's a DC term, reagents. I'm sure it's not a misspelling. Immediately diverted from this idea because one of these tubes was a bright red liquid and the other a bright yellow powder. Wally had not seen them before, and why is not my uncle told him about them? However, next to the tubes lay a piece of paper on which the hand of his Uncle Barry was written, "Do not touch." Yeah, maybe. Wally was too curious, but how could he... Oh... Jeez, you're making this worse than it already is. But how could he...
I'm interested.
Oh.
No.
Are you interested?
No.
Let's just skip to the next one.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay,
The next fanfic?
no.
John, what's going on? Wally struggled to shout on an alarm while trying to keep a balance. Because the watchtower, for no reason at the beginning, mercilessly Shake Martian hovered a few feet above his head, Wally adopting the pose Lotus. But
Are we all just gonna get up and start leaving?
Keep on moving, we're looking.
being completely focused on the problem, Wally's immediately determined that this same problem was similar to an external attack of the watchtower. Because there are no giant robots.
What? Just throw a ball?
In general, and from that, Wally did not feel at ease because now they were in space, not planet Earth.
Neuron, a few minutes ago to cancel the command, codename Earthly Violet Spy, and now Thor thoughtfully looked at the E-hologram. They are pyramids, a reminiscent of the final standard screen LCD monitors with the Earth. Erdorian, frowning.
I thought Erdorian was a race of people, not a name of someone.
It could be both.
I don't know.
Erdorian, frowning despite the fact that he specifically created the virus successfully entered into the system.
And nobody's gonna understand.
Yeah, let's try to speak a bit more coherently.
Well, most people like that don't speak very clearly.
That's kind of racist. People like that? What is that supposed to mean?
I thought you were trying not to be racist.
What are you doing?
Jeez.
Don't you know that Susan is of Latino descent? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Created the virus successfully entered into the system, hosted the Eagle Watchtower, and crawled to and from it, thus giving the opportunity to learn more about the scientist's abilities. Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Larson, and of course Flash. Flash.
He's in here.
Is this a Flash fanfic?
I thought it was a Justice League fanfic.
But now
I thought it was an Erdurian fanfic.
revolved only around the possibility of John Stewart, the correct Green Lantern of Earth.
If I could flip this table right now, I'd do it.
Neuron nervously twirled. I got tired of that voice.
Yeah.
Nervously twirled in the hands of a ball of energy, just received through the energy stacker flash of energy. While he is actively fleeing from multiple laser beams, mercilessly
Hey, Terry.
scorching
Yeah.
at anything that moves. Neuron,
No, we're already there.
clearly
Actually.
annoyed with himself. How
We actually-
could he
no, we
miss
got here this
such
morning.
important
And,
information?
we went outside and we smashed
when
some stuff.
read
Because we all know the
Lord
show's going downhill,
Kitsun's
so we
first
can't really
dossier on
do
the
much
Justice
else. We
League.
gotta keep
Yes,
people's attention.
it should have been
It's
immediately
easy to lose
alerted
people's
the more
attention.
mention
we
of
only
the
have,
name
like,
Green
2
Lantern.
subscribers.
Great minds
Maybe 3.
think outer space. They cut off
Oh, yeah.
time
We gotta come
telepathic. Green
threatened
Lantern
it.
powering,
Threatened it.
wonderful invention. Neron raised an eyebrow in surprise and stared at the screen. Scientists
sure
have
she'll look at
shown
it,
that
don't
he
worry.
missed something very important.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you reading?
Can I go?
Skim through this. This is stupid.
Yeah, I can't follow it. And a lot of fanfics I can at least kind of follow. This one I'm not following at all. What happened here? Batman just arrived in the Watchtower on urgent call. Martian Manhunter stared puzzled. Computer panel.
How dare they publish this on my birthday?
Oh my god! It's on May 4th! Happy birthday, Susan! Happy birthday in 2012! Gazing thoughtfully at the former battlefield, Batman is slightly raised eyebrow and carefully jumped from the platform, the teleport to the floor. However, under his right boot, immediately something snapped. He bent down to take a closer look at what it is, and squinted with displeasure after learning of the I had to catch your breath. A learning in the mangled piece of metal not so long ago that they constructed a blaster. Dark Knight. I think that's spelled wrong. It's supposed to be Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is trash. This is all trash. Superman would know how much money he spent on weapons alone, towers, and all of the latest technology.
Wow!
No, Batman has never felt sorry for the money.
What?
He's never felt sorry for the money. Nice this episode. It's okay, it's okay. Hey, don't do that. Hey.
Play the song.
While creating and buying necessary for the creation of expensive materials, which was not easy to pull out of order, Bruce said the Martian, continuing to tinker with the panel. What was the reason? Batman sighed, knowing full well what might be too hasty with the activation of his program. The cause is not established yet.
Pocket girl. Pocket girl. Pocket girl. Pocket girl. Slowly
Not-
less.
Martian Manhunter.
Batman.
Alright, how far did you get?
Oh, we
Where are
have
you?
to look at reviews. I finished.
Oh, you finished?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot what was the dramatic ending?
I don't know.
Jeez, I wonder what our worst fanfic of the night's gonna be. If the Ant-Man fanfic can manage to be worse than this, I'll be shocked.
Kyre, again, hard to read. Worth the effort to puzzle it out.
What a nice person.
Worth the
This
effort.
isn't just hard to read. This is impossible to read.
Okay, now Jamo, or Jarno, we asked Jarno.
Jarno 007
I'm
says,
sorry that he can't type as good as the other guy who wrote the
Wow.
story. But, good beginning. Hope you'll continue. There too few Flash/Hawk Girl FC.
This was a Flash fanfic.
Yeah, Hawk,
What?
I don't know. Off of that one.
On to Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, save us. Hi there. We just finished reading a Flash fanfic, if you want to call it that. And now we're going to read an Ant-Man fanfic.
Oh, poor Ant-Man.
But we have two fanfics tonight. Which the one that we want? Ant-Man Returns?
Yes.
Ant-Man Returns is like super short. I'm holding this in one hand because Big Cheese has left us. I'm afraid that he passed out. Oh my goodness! So we want to get Ant-Man Returns. It's so short.
shot
Look at
returns.
this. This was short.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've told him like 3 times.
But anyways, okay, let's flip this coin. If we get heads, we get Ant-Man Returns. If we get tails, we get Ant-Man Overpowered, which is
might be around like
5 chapters.
Please no. Please no.
So we don't want tails. Here we go. It's heads. Okay, Ant-Man Returns. In this retelling of the episode Squilliam Returns... Oh, so this is kind of like SpongeBob.
Oh, this is gonna be stupid.
Can Clint impress... It might be great. Can Clint impress his circus of crime rival Ant-Man by running a fake 5-star restaurant? That's the description. Let's get reading.
How original.
I have hope. I don't have hope.
Ant-Man Returns. Hawkeye, can you go take out the garbage? Tony asked, lounging on the couch in the Avengers Tower common room. Ugh, fine, Clint whined. He flopped up in his chair, opened the garage can in the kitchen, removed the bag, and walked outside. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Why are there just a line of number 0?
I think they're trying to separate the text in the weirdest way. Yeah, because there's zeros down here too.
Okay.
What an idiot. I'm sorry, I mean, what a creative choice. As Clint reached the steel garbage can, he heard a small voice that sounded familiar to him. He ducked behind the garbage to not be seen. So after that, I flew to Africa and used my Pym particles to enlarge all the food there to feed all of the starving children. Then flew on my private jet I keep in my pocket. This is very creative. Back to my anthill and stopped yet another robbery from happening. Hello, Clint, Scott said. He had an army of human-sized ants behind him.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what? Oh, I guess because he can enlarge ants. That's disgusting.
Is a Yellow Jacket in this?
You mean my favorite villain?
Yeah.
It should be noted, Ant-Man is our favorite superhero. Like, all of us love Ant-Man. Right? Yeah. Hi, what have you been up to? Clint stammered. Just succeeding in everything you failed in.
Is this like a complete copy? Oh, good.
Clint stammered. You're no big shot, Clint said. Anyone can become famous in this backwater city. Is that so? Well then, why don't you tell us what you...
Everyone is just so nice until they drive you to kill yourself. And sooner or later, the truth will come out.
This is a new thing.
Tony, please. Clint pleaded to Tony.
May I take your hat, sir?
Oh, is that coming up?
Who was at the desk sorting through papers? You have to let me turn the tower into a 5-star restaurant just for one night. One question, Tony said. Still looking at his papers. Why? So I can impress Scott Lang and prove to him... Wait. Tony jolted to face up from his work. Did you say Scott Lang? As an Ant-Man? Yeah, what about it?
Oh my god, this is a complete copy.
Wait, hang on. They're taking a creative leap because he says something about message boards.
That guy always makes fun of me on online message boards because I don't know much about Pym particles. Okay. Tony said, anger rising in his voice. Even though that jerk didn't even create them, I don't see them forging masterpieces out of rocks and duct tape. So is that a yes? Clint asked. Tony cleared his throat. Point is, we'll take them into the cleaners. Okay, team, Clint said, pacing in front of the lined-up Avengers in a white tuxedo. We have 20 minutes before Scott Lang and his ants show up. We have that much time to turn this place into a 5-star restaurant. He stopped in front of the Hulk. Bruce, can you even take hats in a dignified and sophisticated way? Yes, matter. Oh, jeez. You mean like a weenie?
You have to say it with enthusiasm and chutzpah.
Chutzpah. No.
Scott Lang?
Okay. May I take your hat, sir? May I take your hat, sir? May I? Okay, you got the job, Clint said after he clapped his hand over Bruce's mouth. He turned to Thor. Thor, weren't you one of the top chefs in Asgard? What?
Okay, Cheese, you get the voice Thor.
Is that canon?
Yes. Make sure you have a good Thor voice.
I surely was. Thor confirmed. Then you're the chef, Clint said. He pointed to Tony. You can be the guy who runs the reservations.
Fine.
Tony won.
I wouldn't want Thor to make my food. He has all that hair. I'll have to get.
He uses a hammer.
Oh yeah, he like uses the hammer to like tenderize the meat.
He might burn
Cap.
it up too.
I never
Yeah, 'cause of
thought I'd
lightning.
say this, Clint said, phasing Steve. But you're going to have
See,
to
these
be
are
the
creative
waiter.
thoughts that we're having. The story won't do that.
What's a waiter?
Steve asked.
I don't know who Steve is. Who's Steve?
Captain America.
Oh,
The guy who goes to tables and takes orders, Clint impatiently answered. Steve looked puzzled.
Do other restaurants do that?
we might skip ahead.
Having an aneurysm.
Guess what? We're skipping ahead again.
Again?
Again. I know we haven't done that any other
read it.
time.
I can't do it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Good, Clint said. He picked up Steve and sat him on the floor. Now I want you to empty your mind. Empty my mind, Steve repeated. Empty your mind. Empty my mind. Empty your mind of everything that doesn't have to do with fine dining, Clint explained. Fine dining and breathing. I'm convinced that somebody probably just took like the script for that SpongeBob episode online, because they have those, and they just kind of like replaced the names. And then they posted it, and nobody cared because nobody commented. So, just got an order from the boss, a Steve said to an office full of other Steves. Get rid of everything that doesn't have to do with fine dining. Everything? The Steves asked from behind their computers. Everything, the leader ordered. A frenzy of destroying everything broke out as the green-visored Steve ordered everyone around. Come on, what am I paying you for? The leader said to a Steve pulling out a paper from a filing cabinet. You don't pay me, the Steve responded. We don't even exist. We're just a clever metaphor to personify the abstract concept of thought. One more crack like that and you're out of here. No, please, I have 3 kids.
Hey, Cheese. No, we're almost done. Get off the chair.
Steve was shaking, but he suddenly tossed the water in his glass pitcher at Scott, then ran away barking like a dog. I'm so sorry, Clint said, wiping Scott's face with his handkerchief. I don't know what has gotten into him. Meanwhile, Steve continued to harass the other ants. More soup for your armpit? We really missed something.
Yeah, maybe we missed. Should we go back?
No.
He mashed a bowl of a hot soup into the ant's underside. Please enjoy the food. He slammed another ant's head into his meal. Would you like some cheese on that, sir? He took out a cheese grater, gripped the ant, and shredded the ant on the food. Wow!
What is happening?
This is
Oh no, we shouldn't have skipped.
This is an M-rated
episode. This is
Yeah, this is a SpongeBob
I think this has
episode.
to be one of the most disgraceful ones we ever read. This is a complete copy.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Because I'm gonna find him. Romeo City, Chicago.
That means he lives in Chicago. In Chicago City.
And his
name is Romeo.
Profile picture is of some weird version of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Wait, really?
This is who I am. What?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
The kitchen door burst open. Tony hopping out first. Run for your lives, everyone! It's the appetizer.
I love that part.
I'm remembering it all. Thor and Bruce followed suit, all still tied up as now the alive appetizer attacked the building, chasing everyone out and leaving behind wreckage. Well, Clint, Scott asked, taping his foot. You were right, Clint said, or cried. I don't own a 5-star restaurant, I'm just an adventure.
Oh, yeah, what a low title.
Clint, I have a confession to make, Scott said. I don't have a lab, cutting edge tech, or anything. The truth is, Scott teared up, I'm a cashier. He cried to Clint. Is that true? Clint asked. Of course not, Scott admitted. I'm still a genius. He got out a pin particle gun, shrank all of his ants, then taped a button onto his belly button.
Oh god.
His belly button, that's...
I'm just making that up.
Oh, okay.
It just makes it more interesting.
This story's already
My
very
turn.
Go for it.
Finish it, Cheese.
Clint sank into
Put it out of
one
its
of
misery.
the abandoned chairs inside when Steve walked by holding a blue ice pack to his head.
I got such a shit headache.
What's going on with you? Oh, the usual, Clint weakly replied. Boo-hoo. Let me play you a sad song on the world's smallest violin. Oh, wow. Clint looked around to find a small Scot sitting on the table closest to him holding a violin. Would you get out of here? Clint yelled after the sad melody ended. Okay. Great job.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of FANFIC Talk. Good night.
Oh no, too bad. Yeah.
There was smashing at the beginning, remember that? That was pretty fun. Now look at us. Who cares?
We're washed up. Dead.
We're washed up, on the side, we're sad, we're upset, we're hitting each other. This is what we come to, and it's all these fanfics' fault.
Ow.
Oh my goodness. This is like the Avengers fight.
What?
It's Civil War all over again.
Civil War.
I disagree with your
Spider-Man.
standpoint. You know what? I don't care. Alright, let's start off with the Flash fanfic. Can anyone tell me what happened?
Yeah, I know.
The Flash ordered
I
a
got it.
burger. And he ate it. He did. we understood one sentence. And he ignored girls.
He was
That's all.
depressed for unknown reasons.
Yeah.
Reverse Flash.
If we are to get kind of serious, like, the story was, it was written by somebody who doesn't fully understand English, and I can understand that, and I can respect that.
I can't.
Well, you're very racist. But at the same time, you know, even though they did that, I still think that it could have used some cleaning, and overall, like, even if it weren't written in broken English, it still would have been incomprehensible. I mean, because the concepts, nobody was talking, there was only like a few lines of dialogue, nothing was happening, it was just a lot of concepts, and you couldn't understand it. Even if you could, I don't think it would have gone anywhere. Does anyone else have anything to add?
It was pretty dumb.
Yeah, it was just so hard to understand. We couldn't stay focused.
It was flawed by the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, at no point did I kind of come back and understand. My brain turned off. All of our brains turned off. It was a miserable experience, but at the same time it was kind of amazing with all the failed grammatical errors. Since you haven't been in the other episodes, you don't understand that some of these are super serious and there's nothing to talk about. At least in this, we could talk about the misspellings and the grammatical errors. Cheese, you go ahead and talk about the next fanfic, Ant-Man.
That was a complete copy of the SpongeBob episode.
Yeah. You know, I mean, if you're gonna be creative and like mishmash characters, I don't know. You would think that you try to have a creative plot. You know, something that's not just ripped off of another thing verbatim. With a very few exceptions. I don't know if I followed their mindset on why they were doing that. It seems like I mean, it's so random too. Like, who would pick Ant-Man and Tony Stark?
The Avengers in general.
Yeah, it's so random, and not necessarily in a creative way, but just like, I don't know, maybe someday people are at a lunch table, just like joking, they're like, hey, what if the Avengers did a SpongeBob episode? And the other one was like, I think I'll write a fanfic about it. And then after that day, he wasn't allowed at the table anymore. Maybe that's what's going on here. I'm not entirely certain. He has this Shadow the Hedgehog profile picture.
With the power of these emeralds, I will be strong.
I don't know. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
I think the Flash one was better just because it was not ripped off.
Okay, that's an interesting twist on it. Which do we pick?
Just
The one that we
because,
can't understand or pay attention to? Or do we pick the one which was
Well,
ripped off?
I feel like the fact that the Ant-Man one was just ripped off kind of made me bored.
I mean, in terms of like what made me laugh and what made me like smile more, it was definitely the Flash one. So I guess I would give it to that. I was originally going to pick Ant-Man, but you raised a pretty good point.
I'm going to go with the Ant-Man just because it's SpongeBob related.
Okay.
And I can understand it, and it kind of made me laugh.
Okay. No, that's fine. We're allowed to have opinions.
It made me laugh because it's SpongeBob. That's about it.
That's perfectly fine, and there's no reason to be sad or depressed about it, and to want to injure yourself.
I just don't like things I can't read.
Well, Cheese, I can't wait to do episode 11. All three of us reading the next great fanfics that we have lined up for the next 10 episodes.
Where's Susan?
Susan?